What's up, guys? This is Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. I'm here today at BMW in Wesley Chapel. Phil has given us this 2021 BMW X6M competition. MSRP on this vehicle starts at $108,600. Because we have a few upgrades on top of that competition package, this one in the Marina Blue Bay Metallic paint at $127,295. Matted to your 4.4-liter V8 twin turbo, 617 horsepower with 553 pound-feet of torque, a 0 to 60, 3.8 seconds. Matted to your 8-speed M-Step Tronic, still able to accomplish 13 to 18 miles per gallon. We're going to go over all the specs and details, starting now. Intensive power and dominating style. The design of this high performance SAV just really sets it apart, starting with your M double bar kidney grille, blacked out, which really sets a nice tone to the vehicle, and the high gloss that's in the top end and the lower fascia area on these M-Spec bumpers, that's all derived from that competition package. LED front lights are set in the vehicle, and you have your laser lights as well. So you're going to be able to see everything really clear with the ground clearance at 8.4 inches, the height of 66.6 inches. The stance, very muscular look, the proportions of it with a width of 79.5 inches. 21 inch on the front, 22 inch on the rear. These are staggered wheels also, so it's going to make it a little bit more wider in the back on top of the size differential. You're going to have bi-spoked set wheels. These brakes, they're going to have your 6-piston in the front. These are M composite brakes. I like the blue caliper. Really sets a nice touch. 15.6 is the disc reading on the front. The rear, 15.2. M Sport differential, M suspension, that's fully reconfigured by the push of a button. The length at 194.5 inches. Wheelbase at 117 inches. The performance stance and the lines that run through and everything that's blacked out, your M-Spec side view mirror caps, and even the black little vent on the side just gives a really good dominant proportion look to the side profile, making the rear stand out and flare a little bit more protrude than the front. Set with your performance high gloss black diffuser with your quad exhaust tips that's blacked out, and this high gloss that's going throughout the vehicle is because of the competition package. M-Spec rear bumper with your M-Spec rear spoiler right here. And I know the rear, it has a subjective look to it, but when you're looking from the roof, carrying it down, you can see the aerodynamic lines that flow, and it just channels the airflow to keep the car down and to give you a little bit more speed. LED rear tail lights is set with this, and I do like the X6M competition badging here because it actually protrudes a little bit more so than the rest of the actual bumper. Going inside to your cargo, which is a kick open at 20.5 cubic feet, maxing at 54 cubic feet. A nice thing about the cargo, very easy to load anything if you're somebody that's over 6 foot tall, and even if you're a little shorter than that, because of the higher bumper structure, you just slide everything in pretty easy. Let's go inside, start this thing, and give it some revs. because of the Sportback coupe design of this X6, it's going to change the traditional look that you would have in the X5 SAV, and it's going to make it more sporty derived in this model. Due to that, you will lose around 2 to 3 inches of headspace or leg space, which you'll see in the interior. But let me know in the comments what you think about the 2021 BMW X6 M competition as we go into the interior, go over that tech, and take this for our test run. Entering inside this X6 M competition package, 39.9 inches of headroom, 40.3 inches of legroom, which is really good. As I was saying on the exterior, you will lose some space in the second row, but the first, none is lost. Full leather package, 18-way power adjustments. These are heated, ventilated, massage, memory for the front, bucket seats. These are M-spec seats with the badging, and they also illuminate at nighttime, which makes a nice aesthetic look. I also like the perforated and the ebony in the interior of the seat that is diamond stitch of the Silverstone color. It just sets it apart. On the dash, full leather package is what we have, starting with the Bauer & Wilkins upgraded system that you can see it just protrudes out from the dash. Looks really nice, and I like the modern look. This has the upgraded heads-up display. You have two 12.3 infotainment screens, one for the driver cluster, fully reconfigured. You can change it into your M mode, and it just makes it more sport derived. 12.3 in the center. This is touch. This has your Apple CarPlay. Because it's 2021, now we have Android Auto, Sirius XM with 360L, HD radio, extended traffic jam assist. So you got everything. You got the pinch and you got the swipe. Quad climate control, so dual for the front, dual for the rear. Door panels, you got the leather on the top because of the extended leather. For the elbows, it's a little firm, but honestly, it's soft when you're driving. If you're hitting it, you're going to feel a little bit of a bounce. But if you just sit here, very nice, comfortable. I like the grab handle, and it has a blue ambient lighting that just sets it apart with that carbon fiber, the diamond stitching, the contrast stitching, and the metal look for the Bauer & Wilkins upgraded sound system. Cup holders in the center. You can fit maybe a 20-ounce bottle. There's a 12-volt charger, wireless charging. You're going to have the carbon fiber in the center, and I like the modern look for the button structure. Very nice. Open up inside here. You got your USB port, some storage. On the door panel storage, putting the 16.9-ounce bottle, you could probably fit 3 or 4. You could fit maybe a 32-ounce bottle realistically, so it is good. And the seats, even though these are M-spec seats, very comfortable because it's wide enough for the buttocks and for the back, and you can contour these any which way you want. Alcantara headliner, M-spec steering wheel, which are M paddle shifters in front of the paddle shifters. You got the heated steering wheel, the contrast stitching, and I really do like the M steering wheel because it's just aggressive enough so I know I'm in a sports car or an SUV. Let's check out the rear. For the back seats, you're getting 37.9 inches of headroom, 35.6. So you see somebody that's 6'3", not touching the headliner at all. I still have maybe 2 or 3 inches, so that is really good for the sport back design. You have your manual sunshades to make it a little bit more pleasurable in the back. And again, that ambient lighting on the grab handle and the door panels looks really nice. I really do like the leather that is full leather blown out. And for the elbows, it's a little bit more firm in the center than on the door panels. However, sitting in the car, it sits really good. You do have cup holders. You could probably fit a 20-ounce bottle in here. And you also have some storage in here as well that you could put a couple cell phones. Dual climate control settings, heated seats in the rear. You have your 12-volt charger, and you have a little cubby that you could probably put another phone. Some storage in the back of both of the front seats. Door panel storage. You can fit probably 3 to 4 16.9-ounce bottles. Let's see how I look in the center. All right, guys, sitting into the center, you do sit a little bit higher up. However, my head is still maybe an inch or so from hitting the headliner. My legs are now touching the back of the front seats in the position of the seats that I would be sitting. But you know what? You could fit 3 adults around 6'4" or even a little higher without any problems. And if you're only sitting 4, you're going to have even more of a desirable ride because there's so much room because of the width of this X6. Going over the tech, hitting the home button so you can see how everything looks. Go into your car settings here, and you can change everything on your M menu. This is reconfiguring the M paddle shifters, which are on the steering wheel in the front. This will make it more aggressive like we've been saying in every review. And going into the M1. This will basically turn every single thing on the way you like it. Experience modes, you have 3 different settings. And it'll have a nice little mode to the vehicle. It's just a nice little setting to chill out and hang out and enjoy your BMW X6 M competition. Showing you the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You can always blow the screen up a little bit bigger so that way you can see everything. 617 horsepower is what you're getting out of this competition package in the X6M. We've driven the X5M competition. The big differences I would definitely talk about is that one's more of a traditional SUV. This is a little bit more unique and sporty derived, so I do like that aesthetic look. 0 to 60 as around 3.8 seconds. Visibility in the cabin, super easy to see through everything. You also have your dual pane windows for the front and the rear, which makes it a little bit more quiet, but you want that throaty exhaust note. I've already turned the active exhaust note on so that way we can really hear how nice and pleasurable the vehicle is. Because of the upgraded tires, do you bounce a little bit? Not really. The upgraded M suspension, I think, holds itself really well. You will feel more firm bumps at a slower speed. As you get to a higher speed, you will feel less bumps. The gesture swipe navigation system is really nice and intuitive. It is a little bit easier to use in the SUVs than the car models, I would say, because with the cars, you're a little bit more on top of the vehicle, whereas in the SUVs or SAVs, as BMW calls them, you're a little bit more further away in the positioning of the seats. I do like the fact that you have almost 20 different positionings for your seats, so you can contour any which way you like. The stance of the car feels super aggressive. I do like that. We're going to put it in a manual mode, put it in M1 so we can see how it is on the throttle. We're gonna give her a little gas. Oh man, set you back. You're going up to 60 super quick. I mean, that 0 to 60, I can definitely see at that 3.8 seconds. It is just super intensified. Downshifting, 8-speed Steptronic is really nice. And I like the lane assist that this vehicle has, because if you don't turn the signal on, it won't necessarily let you in the lane. So I like that too, because sometimes people don't put their signals on. This vehicle, you're gonna have to. You know, the safety features in the car, I'm just blown away. It's really good. You get about 2 lanes, full throttle. Wow, just throws you back really quick. Again, I'm already at that speed, which it gets there so nice and quick. Setting the cruise control on the vehicle is really easy as well. If you want to make it quiet, obviously you just don't push the throttle too hard. You do have to hold the steering wheel here and there, but I have it set for the Pro Pilot Assist more or less, and it basically will hold the steering wheel for you. It doesn't do for 10 to 15 seconds. I will say this does more of like a 5 to 10 seconds. So if you're driving on long journeys, I mean, it's definitely gonna help mixing it in with the coffee, because you have to keep engaging with it, as you've noticed. But you can go a little bit longer, and it keeps showing me hand gestures to put on the steering wheel. I think you could probably get a good 15 seconds to maybe 20 seconds on it. Braking on the car is really good. You have the upgraded brakes in this. They're ventilated. We're going to give her a little go here. Downshift. Go into first gear, do a quick U-turn, give it full throttle, 617 horsepower opened up. It is just ready to rock and roll. Set it back on cruise control. You know, it's a really nice setup. It's smooth, it's easy operational wise. So now it's telling me to keep in the lane and hold the steering wheel more or less. So I don't necessarily think it's the best system I've tested, but it's definitely a nice system to have. And if you get it, I mean, you're gonna enjoy it because it's something that you could play with on a long journey. Just the fact that you have to kind of hold it a little bit more, and it does like to sway in and out of the lane. So those are 2 things, but it does keep you focused, and it will tell you every single thing on the infotainment screen. So I do like that. The best part, the visibility, I can see everything. You got the blind spot monitoring. If you need to stop on a dime like I'm doing so, and then do a quick turn, and then give it some throttle, 617 horsepower open up really good. You get the exhaust note. You want to slow it down, just change it into the 8th gear. At 50, 60 miles per hour, you can do so, and you're going to be at a low RPM, around 1. I would really drive it a little bit more of an aggressive driving, because this is a 4.4 liter twin turbo V8. I would definitely enjoy what you have. And to show you what I mean, I'm going to just try to change into the lane, and it literally will throw the steering wheel. So I do like that. I'm gonna move the camera so you can see it. I'm gonna go a little bit off the lane. Now we're just driving normal, hitting around 2-3 RPM. And if I try to drive off the road, look, you see how it just keeps me in the lane, and it's literally pushing me and keeping me in the lane, and it says to keep in your lane. So I do like that, because even not using the adaptive cruise control feature, you still have the feature in which you can activate it or you can turn it off. But it helps you, because if you're not using signals, it's going to push you back in the lane. It's going to force you to use those turn signals. We're going to take this back to BMW of Wesley Chapel, go over the reverse camera, and wrap this review up. Do have trajectory, which is super nice. This does have your automatic parking, and it has your backup assist, which is really cool. So to show you what that is, we'll put it into drive. We're going to do backup assist. Now it's going to calculate how many feet I move, and I'm going to move in a circle. So that way you can see what I'm doing. So I just did 49 feet. So now when we put the vehicle into reverse, it will reverse without me touching the steering wheel. So now we're going to put it into reverse. I let go of the brake. And as you're seeing on the cameras, the steering wheel is doing everything for me. Now the only thing that you have to be concerned about is you have to hit the brake. It's the only thing that you have to do, but it literally will go in the same exact direction as you were going. I'd like to thank Phil here at BMW in Wesley Chapel for giving us this 2021 BMW X6M competition for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, click that subscribe button. Check out the details, the merchandise, and everything we do here at Hawkeye Rides.